Skip pass far side. Nowak back up top. Shockey ready. 3 in the hole. Trapper midcourt has produced the steal. O'Brien up ahead to Kittel, who throws it down. Trying to make it potentially a one-possession game. Up and under Pacey's. Titans by 6. Pinkerton trying to hurry. Three-pointer up and in. 15 is within 8. Politi for 3. Yes, sir. Up, no good. Side iron. Offensive rebound. Rosatano. Back up and in off the glass. Now a steal by Infante. Infante to the cup. That's Pinkerton going to force one here. Up the chin. Who throws it down? McGeady drives. Strand open. Three-pointer up and in. Wow. And sophomore's got Dover within 5. Sodden's 3 is going to beat the buzzer. Up looks for a screen. Trying to find Bono. It's up. Mike with the steal. Mike is going to run out the clock. Well, hello everyone, and welcome here to Bedford. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. The Bedford Bulldogs and the Bishop Guertin Cardinals. Two schools, rivals. Across sports, across gender lines, meeting on the hardwood for this boys varsity basketball game. Two of the better teams in the state. Angling for positioning for the upcoming Division I tournament. Bedford at hot, or frankly hotter, than anybody right now. 10 wins in a row under that man, head coach Frank Moreno.
En fuego is what we like to say.
They've had a week off as well to get ready for this one. They come off the big victory here in this gym a week ago over previously undefeated Pinkerton. On the other side, John Fisher and his staff. They've got the Cardinals on the road here looking to rebound from a Tuesday night defeat at Trinity. That loss to the Pioneers snapped what was a 6-game win streak for Bishop Guertin. Overall, the Cardinals still in good shape at 11-4 with just over a week to go in the regular season. A lot of veterans on both sides here, a lot of experience, and this one should be good for 4 quarters tonight, Justin.
I think so. I think we just saw BG kind of get handled at the end of the game by a very good up-and-coming, improving Trinity squad. Yeah. I think that they've gotten better as the year's gone on. And we said we don't want to play them in the playoffs, especially in the first, second round. And like heavily influenced by players that have been in the playoffs and done well the last couple years. BG has a little bit of a size advantage, but we didn't see the big fella do much against Trinity. Ellison, I believe, last week didn't do much. So it'll be interesting to see without the younger O'Connell, who's going to run the show for Bedford tonight. I'm kind of curious to find out who does that tonight.
Well, of course, the younger O'Connell, Brady O'Connell, the sophomore, who unfortunately suffered a knee sprain against Pinkerton and is out tonight. However, his cousin is closing in on a milestone. That's the senior Aiden O'Connell, 5 points shy of 1,000. Hoping to get that milestone taken care of relatively early. Of course, he spent his first 3 years in high school across the town line at Goffstown. The senior transferred prior to the start of this season and has fit right in with this Bedford squad. So the Bulldogs at 14-1. No surprise, the doghouse packed yet again. Pink the theme, of course, breast cancer awareness. Something celebrated across the league. We saw that on Tuesday at Trinity as well. So the student section, which is always raucous,
it is
pink
Look
tonight,
at that.
Behind one of the baselines, and really both bleachers starting to fill up quickly as well along each of the sideline. We will step aside when we come back. Starting lineups, national anthem, and then game time at the bottom of the hour between the Bedford Bulldogs and the Bishop Guertin Cardinals. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop, for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school varsity and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Buy local and save big. For over 26 years, Spectrum Monthly has been providing great local offers from businesses in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, delivered to your mailbox every month. Spectrum is chock full of savings from your favorite businesses. From local restaurants and retail stores to entertainment, fitness, and home improvement services. You'll have easy access to thousands of dollars in savings, including exclusive offers for Spectrum readers. Every month, enter our readership contest for a chance at winning cash and local gift certificates. Spectrum Monthly, no one brings you better offers.
Well, there they are, the Bedford High Marching Band doing a bang-up job of the national anthem here, live from the Doghouse. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you here at Bedford High School. The Bedford Bulldogs and the Bishop Guertin Cardinals squaring off here on a Friday night in late February. It is our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. Bulldogs putting a 10-game win streak on the line, looking to improve to 15-1 and stay at the top of the Division I standings. The Cardinals, meanwhile, hoping to rebound from a double-digit defeat back on Tuesday on the road at Trinity and improve to 12-4. Three officials tonight: Antoine Thomas, John Dunham, and Rick Wilhine. Three of the state's best. It'll be Javari Ellison who wins the tap for Bishop Guertin. Cardinals in their road green and gold, going to work left to right in this first half. A starting five of all seniors, and all five have really been mainstays in the starting lineup for Coach Fisher. Luke Anderson, Tyler Mackey, in the backcourt, along with Matt Sanasuazo, Javari Ellison, and Spencer Matarazzo. Bedford going to open up at a man-to-man as they force the game's first turnover. Luke Soden, along with Aiden O'Connell, who has 5 points of 1,000, as we mentioned. Caden Brown, Sean Toscano, and the sophomore Nico Bedoyan gets the start at point guard tonight with the injured Brady O'Connell not playing. First possession for the Bulldogs, and it looks like Justin, the Cardinals open up defensively in the man-to-man as well.
Yeah, so both sides in a man. I anticipate Soden will bring the ball up quite a bit as well. He's a good ball handler. I'm curious to see how BG responds after the loss on Tuesday. Will they look fired up tonight? Do they look like they're ready to play? Well, it'll be interesting after the first quarter. We'll know right away, I think.
Here's Ellison up top. Going to put it on the deck. The big man, Leaner. Banker won't go. Matarazzo on the glass for the offensive rebound. Quick three. Banks off the glass. Soden the other way for Bedford. 2-on-2. Bedoyan, the sophomore, will bank it in for the game's first bucket.
Yeah, if Bedoyan can make a statement and show up and score a few points and make some plays, then Bedford's going to be okay without Brady O'Connell.
Meanwhile, we see the press for the first time. It's broken by the Cardinals, and they get a layup at the rim. That's Sanasuazo, 22 the other night. He's often been BG's leading scorer, and he's got an easy one to get going here early on. 2-2 with a minute and a half gone by, and Soden lost it up top. Stolen by Matarazzo, and he's got an uncontested left-hand finish on the other edge.
Yeah, right now, Bedford, this might be needing a ball handler, so we'll see. I don't know. It's early. And then the press has been very successful for them as we've gone along. It got better. We noticed at the beginning of the year, not quite there yet. Now, really improved toward the end.
Toscano almost got that one to go. Soden keeps it alive with the second rebound. And Bedford will get another shot here, trailing 4-2. Aiden O'Connell, 2 big steps to the iron. He's going to draw a foul and head to the free throw line. Of course, he led Goffstown all the way to the state championship game a year ago before transferring over here to Bedford, and has been sensational. Now 5 points shy of 1,000 for his career, and he's going to get going here with the game's first free throw. The left-handed attempt is up and in.
Yeah, maybe we see a free throw disparity like we saw the other day. Bedford tends to attack the basket and get to the free throw line quite a bit.
One more for O'Connell, who's both father and uncle. Played at the collegiate level. 2 for 2, 4-4 our score, and this Bulldog press is allowed to set up here.
Still in the 2-2-1.
Sanasuazo trying to shake off Bedoyan.
We haven't seen many teams press. Bedford's about the only team we've seen press successfully and frequently.
Almost a steal there at midcourt. Instead, it ends up with Ellison, who fires the three, goes in and out. And a rebound and a crowd there for O'Connell. Lost it off his foot, out of bounds, back over to the Cardinals.
Got away, hand snuck in there, knocked the ball away. Might have been a foul. I think Coach Moreno is begging on the sideline for a little bit of a reach and grab. Let's see. Got blocked. Couldn't tell, but he was not happy.
Active hands for the Cardinals. They earn another trip. They look to go back out in front here with the game tied at 4, nearly 3 minutes in first quarter. Fans continuing to trickle in here. Another good crowd, as is always the case here at Bedford High. They call it the Doghouse. Got a standing student section off to our left. Three-pointer, in and out. Pretty good look for Anderson there. Won't go down. Bedoyan the other way. O'Connell thought about it. Goes underneath. Bedoyan tries to power it up. Can't quite get it to work. And the rebound ends up with Mackey for BG.
We need to get O'Connell scoring early, get that monkey off his back like we had the other night.
And we saw Tyler Bike of Trinity hit the 1,000-point milestone in the fourth quarter Tuesday. Second field goal.
How much better was he, too? Once he did that, he had 20 points in the second half. Yeah. Remember that? It was incredible. He was great in the second half.
Ended up with 26. The Pioneers had to come from behind win. Here's Brown. Flashes open.
Good pass. Good pass on the cut. They are much better when they are passing and cutting as opposed to going one-on-one and clearing out and trying to attack that way.
Meanwhile, travel in the backcourt.
There's the press. There's the press, making them think.
2 turnovers each way. Bedford will get the ball. Game tied at 6 here as we move towards the midway point first quarter. Coach Fisher, suit and tie, the best-dressed head coach in Division I, up and down that sideline. The bench, of course, wearing pink T-shirts tonight for breast cancer awareness. Meanwhile, a travel here. He's going to give the ball back to the Cardinals.
You don't see many
turnover.
You don't see many suit and ties anymore. Everybody's gone the way of the sweatsuit. I like to say I brought that here. I mean, when I first started coaching, we wore the sweatsuit, and that seems to be now taking the rage. Nobody would do it. They go, "What are you doing wearing a sweatsuit?" I go, "It looks cool."
Yeah, it's commonplace now.
Everybody does it now.
Even at the college ranks.
That's right. That's backcourt.
Yep. And Rick Wilhelm right there to blow the whistle. The official all over it. 3 turnovers each way. Subs now for both teams. Toscano going to take a seat for Bedford as we get a look at Dylan Lafferty, the 6-foot forward. Veteran senior on the floor for the first time. Bishop Guertin has gone with Bobby Canaway III, who's really come on lately. Played well off the bench when we saw him on Tuesday night. Soden gets the step. Left hand, no. Lafferty's follow, no. And Ellison clears the glass for the visitors.
We're actually seeing a little bit of the size of BG and Ellison inside at 6'6", 6'7". He's able to kind of change some of the shots that Soden normally gets off pretty easily.
Drive and dump. Matarazzo left-hand finish.
Matarazzo scored early. Didn't score the other night. Got rebounds, but didn't score.
He's got 4 points here in the first quarter. 3-pointer for Soden off target. Ellison, the long rebound for BG.
Now, this is their first game, Bedford, without Brady O'Connell. Quick timeout. Maybe
a dream start here for BG. They've got a 10-6 lead, nearly 5 minutes in, and we've got our game's first time out here from Coach Moreno. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance gets you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising, the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com. Start raising money for your team today. By New Hampshire iPhone Repair. It's done where you wait, and it's backed by their lifetime warranty. Now with 6 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the seacoast, visit NHiPhoneRepair.com. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com and also girls.NHTomahawks.com. And finally, by Spectrum Monthly, powerful local advertising solutions. Find out more at SpectrumMonthly.com. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. A 10-6 lead for the BG Cardinals here in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. And we've got turnover number 4 here coming out of the timeout committed by Bedford. Something I'm sure that's not quite sitting well with Coach Frank Moreno.
No, they look a little bit out of sorts after not having played for a week, I think, and missing your point guard. That's losing a point guard. People don't realize how difficult that is. You have to find someone else to handle the ball throughout the game. That is tough.
Matarazzo follows his own miss, sets up a 3 for Santa Suazo. Wide open, can't find it. Ellison's on the glass with his 3rd rebound. Meanwhile, a travel here is called against Luke Anderson. Dragged the pivot foot.
A lot of shuffling. We haven't seen much of this. Guys have been doing this, and they're not calling it. But tonight, we have 3 officials. They're making some calls. They're making that travel, and they switch those feet. That's a travel.
Blowing the whistles a little tighter than usual, perhaps, with the 3 officials. 10-6. Bedford trails. We go inside Aiden O'Connell, the senior looking for his first field goal. Finds his classmate Lafferty on the cut. Back out for Soden, who's dangerous. Down the lane, double pump. Left hand left it short. Rebound for Anderson. Another stop for BG. They go up the floor. Canaway blocked from behind by Brown, but a foul is called.
That looked pretty clean from behind. Didn't look like he got much of anything except the ball. Maybe in a replay at the Wizard. The Wizard back at home behind the booth.
That's our director, of course, Ben Beals. As we get another look there, Canaway able to take the long pass and
might have got him. Might have got a little
bit of wrist there involved. Brown, one of Bedford's best defensive players, picks up his first foul and the team's first. Meanwhile, Canaway comes up empty on the first offering. Second free throw on the way. Meanwhile, Ellison to the bench for Bishop Guertin. As another kid who's played well as of late, Hudson Nichols, the big junior, going to step in. Here's a free throw. So a 1 for 2 trip for Canaway. 3 points already for Bobby off the bench. So a 5-point lead for Bishop Guertin. Here's Aiden O'Connell to the rim, going to draw the foul.
Right across the arm. That was a very clear foul. This is the time to attack right now. Ellison's out. They lack size inside, so Bedford should try and attack the basket. They don't have anybody in the back to kind of change that shot.
No rim protector
on
the floor right now.
So before, guys are changing their shot. Soden had to change his shot a few times, and now you really won't have to.
Free throw up and in. 3 for 3 start at the line for O'Connell. Now 2 points shy of 1,000. More subs from Coach Moreno. The athletic Austin Kazajanski has come on, the junior. He's given them some instant offense in the past. He'll replace Bedoyan. Free throw is good. O'Connell 4 for 4. 4 points in this first quarter. Bedford within 3 at 11-8. Sanasuazo breaks the press with the dribble. Anderson goes underneath to Sanasuazo, scores over the shoulder. A pretty dump-down pass from Anderson on the dime. Third field goal for Sanasuazo. The senior reestablishes the 5-point lead. Meanwhile, Canaway breaks up the entry pass.
Too many turnovers early in the game for Bedford
That's
right now.
number 5.
Just too many.
Yeah, for the Bedford offense. Meanwhile, Sanasuazo, kind of a lunging scooper, won't go. Lafferty is second rebound. Kazajanski all the way, and it's in for 2.
Yeah, no help. Good job taking it all the way. Had Soden in the corner wide open calling for the ball, but they did not step up to take that charge or stop the dribbler. Nice job getting the ball wide open in the middle. 3-on-2 break.
Nichols for 3. Too strong. Broke it up near side. Out of bounds. It'll stay with the Cardinals with just over a minute to go. Ellison, after a short rest, is back on to play the middle for BG. He returns with fellow starter Tyler Mackey. Both Anderson and Matarazzo are going to get their first rests here of the evening. Ellison got Nichols open across the lane. Lefty shot a little short. Yeah, may have been tipped. Canaway retrieves it, but it's called for a travel.
He might have. Did he stand up? Might have stood up. Got blocked on that. Couldn't see what happened.
Coach Fisher's upset. See Canaway on the ground there and may have lifted that right knee, maybe.
Oh, wow. That's not. I didn't see that. Didn't lift anything.
Down the lane, off the glass.
Good move. He finally put a ball. He's got to see the ball go in. Sometimes when you're a scorer, you got to see the ball go in once, right?
That's his first 2. Cardinals break the press upstairs to Ellison, who somehow retrieves it and scores.
Wow, what a shot. That was a wild shot.
Double pump, his first field goal. Cardinals a 15-12 lead, and there is 1,000 for Aiden O'Connell.
He got the monkey.
And the foul.
Monkey off his back.
His first field goal's got this crowd on their feet here. A standing ovation for the senior.
Yeah, they should probably do. I wonder if they'll do that little recognition situation like we had the other night. We got the fans with the 1,000. You know, it came with 2 schools. You don't see that often. Usually it's with 1 school, but it's nice to see it. The free throw. Maybe we can see the free throw. Hopefully we'll be able to see it.
Still a standing ovation here. And again, a chance for one more. The foul, by the way, was on Mackey, his first. Free throw is good. And Aiden O'Connell off to a great start. 7 points, 5 from the line. Meanwhile, this one is nearly turned over.
It is.
It is turned over.
Yeah, another BG turnover.
They say off the leg of Logan Lowney, the junior guard who just checked in.
And will now just check out.
Yeah, as Sanasuazo comes right back on the floor. So mini run here by Bedford. And a chance to take the lead here, possibly with the final shot of this first quarter. Instead, they travel in the high
That's
post.
about the 4th travel we've had, and travels are turnovers.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes people forget, oh, no, that's a travel is a turnover, so you got to make sure your feet are set.
They're calling them tight tonight.
They are, indeed. 3 officials make the difference.
6 turnovers for Bedford.
Oh, wow, missed Ellison wide open inside.
BG going to pull it out instead and look for the final shot here with now inside of 7 seconds. Ellison wants the one-on-one with Lafferty. Goes back door to Mackey. Can't quite get it. Tipped out of bounds.
Nice
and
pass.
Last touch by the Cardinals.
Nice pass. You got to finish those after that. Now, they probably won't get a shot off, 0.9. Maybe they'll throw one here from deep.
O'Connell from three-quarter court.
Oh, almost. Ooh.
Gets it to
there
go.
It is. Ooh.
That'll do it for the first quarter. Cardinals came to play. They've got Bedford tied after 15 all here at the Doghouse. More in a moment. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Well, moments ago, they acknowledged Aiden O'Connell's career milestone of 1,000 points in between quarters. Athletic Director Corey Parker down there with O'Connell, who posed for a few pictures with his parents courtside. Came in 5 shy of 1,000 and eclipses that milestone seemingly with ease. 7 points in that first quarter.
Played well in the first quarter. He did. He played well, shot well from the free throw line, as does Bedford usually, right?
Yep. Bulldogs trailed most of that frame, with Bishop Guertin leading by as many as 5. Cardinals seen as the underdogs tonight as O'Connell gets his second field goal. BG, despite the 11-4 mark, coming in off a loss and playing in a very tough place to play. Bedford unbeaten here in this building. Winners of 10 straight and 14 of 15 overall. Meanwhile, this one over the shoulder. Santa Suazo.
They're doing a good job.
Has brought his game, A game as well, Justin, with 8 points here in this first half. Meanwhile, a foul as Soden is slammed to the ground and then helped to his feet by Matarazzo, who commits the foul there for BG. Just the second team foul, or third team foul here against the Cardinals.
It's a good hard foul. Didn't make the layup. Knocked it down a little bit, but it wasn't on purpose, so that was good.
It's a second on Matarazzo.
Right now, though, BG is getting some easy baskets, easy shot opportunities. They haven't made all of them. They made the last couple, but for some reason, there's some guys getting open. And there's some defensive communication issues right now on the Bedford side. I don't know, maybe they can talk about it, make some adjustments at halftime, but they've missed some wide open cutters.
Coach Moreno going to take Kazajansky and Lafferty off the floor. Bedoyan and Toscano return. Free throw good for Soden, 2 for 2. 4 points in this first half for the junior. Bedford by 2 here, 19-17.
They backed off. No press now, just straight man. See if they take and press again, maybe on the next made basket.
Both teams have been in this half-court man most of the way here in this first half defensively. Backdoor slip and finish for Canaway.
Again, wide open. Wide open. Oh, that violation. They got a little overzealous on the ball in bounds. Guys are running around. This is where you lack the point guard who could bring the ball to the floor and slow everything down. Like right now, they're not too sure who should be controlling and run the offense, taking the ball out. That was just a minor mistake.
Yep.
But you know what? Those can bite you in the end.
7th turnover for Bedford in this first half. Anderson from deep. Three-pointer, no good. Out of bounds, off the bounce.
Follow your shot. Follow your shot.
Back over to Bedford. Well, you mentioned it. Brady O'Connell not playing tonight. The sophomore, typically the starting point guard for Bedford, out with a sprained knee that he suffered a week ago against Pinkerton. Bulldogs with the game tied at 19. Caden Brown going to offer one up. That one partially blocked. Ellison's got his 4th rebound.
There's for size, right? The size inside to get a hand on that, stick it up, block
Wide
it.
open, straightaway 3. A line drive miss. Well, kept alive by Santa Suazo for a moment. Bedoyan eventually gets to it for Bedford. Across for O'Connell. At the rim is knocked down and fouled hard. Landed a little awkwardly on that right hip, but apparently is okay as he's back on his feet. Hit hard at the rim by Santa Suazo. Gets a high five from his teammates.
They can't afford to lose anybody else. Bedford can't. Especially a player of his caliber who can score and rebound and plays as hard as he does. You can't. Man, it's going to be tough. They attack the basket so well.
Yeah.
And they're going to get knocked down. They are. It's just the way they play.
O'Connell, that's his first miss tonight. Started off 5 of 5 at the line. One more to come here.
And he's the only player to shoot free throws for them thus far, right?
Soden went 2 for 2.
2 for 2, that's right, okay.
The only other 2 attempt them. There's the make for O'Connell. Puts his team back out in front by 1, and the Bedford press is allowed to set up the 2-2-1 broken by the Cardinals. Yeah, they've handled it well. They go underneath. Canaway starting to have a field day, but can't get the roll. Goes in and out. Anderson stays with it, and this time it goes down.
Yeah, guys are still getting wide open. There's a help defense, right? You want to play man-to-man, with zone principles sometimes. So you got to make sure you help side. You got to step away. You can't just chase your man all over the place.
O'Connell lost it on the way up. Taken away by Anderson. Sends it up the floor. Sanasuazo. Spin move. Can't bank it. In and out. Rebound. Aiden O'Connell looks to power out. Looks to pull up. And can't quite find the touch from straight away. Ball up for grabs. And it's wrestled free by Canaway. He's got it on the handle here at midcourt. Coach Fisher going to call a timeout to preserve the possession. Cardinals going hard. They've forced turnovers in this first half. They've gotten to some of those 50-50 loose balls. And right now have a 1-point game and the basketball with 2.5 minutes gone by in the second quarter.
They should have about an 8-point lead right now. They should. They've missed about 5 or 6 easy 2-footers and follow-ups. If they make those right now, Bedford's in trouble just because they're not, like that wasn't a good shot. The last shot down wasn't a good shot. Aiden kind of took it a little too early. They didn't have the numbers down there. It was him and one of his teammates, and there was 3 or 4 other BG players down there to rebound the ball. So you have to make sure you look and see, do I have a chance on this to get a rebound? 3-on-1? Oh, yeah, nowadays they're shooting threes on a 3-on-1, right? Not a layup, 3-on-1. Didn't have that, so a little early. They're better when they pass and cut and dive backdoor and make the good passes, as is BG. They're both better when they play that way.
BG had won 6 in a row before losing back on Tuesday night at Trinity. Looking to get back on the winning side of the ledger and improve to 12-4, seeking potentially a top 4 spot for the upcoming Division I tournament, which of course gets underway a couple of weeks from now.
Right now, a little too much dribbling for me. Ball moves better when you pass it. And they're not really making any, there's nothing happening here right now. They're just dribbling the ball up top, side to side. You know what? Defensively, that's what you want. Side to side, and there
Finally,
we go.
Canaway slips free and scores.
Now get help. Need help.
The
Need
Lumber
help.
here, 7 points off the bench for the senior Bobby Canaway III. BG by 3. Bedoyan inside out. Brown ready to fire out of the corner. That one is too strong. Tipped alive and kept alive by Lafferty. Swung around. Soden off target on the 3. Sanasuazo the rebound off the glass for BG, and he's going to slow it down as he walks into the front court with the basketball. Cardinals, a 3-point edge as we hit the midway point. Second quarter, BG has played with the lead more often than not here on the road. They go inside. Ellison outside for Lowney. Now back to the 6'7 senior up top. Drive and kick. Canaway comes up firing and knocks it down.
Canaway again. What's he have, 10? He's been awesome.
He's the game's high scorer in the first to double figures with 10.
He has been outstanding off the bench today.
Lafferty inside, scores off the glass. That's a good move off the dribble for the senior, able to scoop it off the window with the left hand and bring Bedford back within 4.
Yeah, and he had Ellison on him, too. He had some size, so he did a nice job using his body.
Meanwhile, Lowney trying to step through a crowded paint. Can't come up with it. Lafferty up to Brown. Stripped by Sanasuazo. Somehow keeps it in bounds.
Wow, able to get back in bounds and able to put a hand on the ball, too. That was impressive.
Excellent defensive effort. Meanwhile, nowhere to go for Vincent Lazzari, who just came on. Sanasuazo is going to get 2 more. He's got 10.
He's not afraid to put the ball up, I can tell you that.
BG's got their largest lead at 28-22 as we come up on 3 minutes to go in this first half. The Cardinal crowd, who made the trip up from Nashua, cheering their team on the road. Meanwhile, O'Connell counted and the foul, and you said it's strength.
That's it, strength. That's it. He used his body, strength. Canaway did a decent job, but you know what? He got beat. And once you get beat, that shoulder goes in, he has no chance.
So good with either hand, with that quick first step, and then again that strong upper body to finish it off. O'Connell, his 3rd field goal, and he's also 6 of 7 at the line in this first half. So with 12, now 13 points, he's the game's high scorer. And Bedford cuts the lead in half. They're within 3 at 28-25. Lazzari trying to find the answer for Bishop Guertin. As we move inside at 3 minutes to go until halftime. Coming up at halftime, a look back at that first half with stats and highlights, plus an out-of-town scoreboard watch. That's all coming up at halftime. Rebound for Thomas Braga, the junior, on the floor for the first time for Bedford. Soden for 3 out of the corner. Ball hits the rim twice before Sanasuazo ends up with the rebound for BG.
Oh,
Long
tough pass.
Pass up the floor, ends up out of bounds. Then turned over back to Bedford. That's BG's 6th turnover here in this first half.
6 for BG, and I think Bedford has
9.
Okay, I thought maybe 7. I had 2 more that I didn't see. Wow. That's a lot of turnovers in the beginning of the game so far. A lot of turnovers.
And yet Bedford's still within 3. So I think Coach Moreno will take that.
Oh, they're keeping it close, no doubt. And, BG's playing about as well as they can play.
Jump shot up and in. A 14-footer south of the free throw line. Right in the wheelhouse of Aiden O'Connell, who's already up to 15 points.
Bringing the press back yet again. 1-3-1, full court press that time.
Cardinals have handled it well. They do so here. Lazari, give and go. Nichols, left hand, yes.
That's another good backdoor cut. Again, they're so much better when they play that way. Don't force it. Don't try and just dribble and into traffic and turn the ball over.
Soden off the handoff. Ventures down the lane. Off balance right hand offering no. And then a jump ball on the rebound.
Oh, BG will get that one this time. Soden's having a hard time he needs to settle down a little bit. Take him out, give him a break.
Yep, going to get his first rest here, and a high five from Coach Moreno. The junior has seen a lot of defensive attention. And for good reason. He's been one of the state's better scorers all season long. Meanwhile, the Cardinals do have the possession arrow in their favor following the jump ball. So they'll take it left to right here with now inside of 2 minutes to go in this first half. A 3-point lead on the board.
No press that time. Let's see if BG runs a little offense and moves the ball around and continues to run those backdoor plays. Backdoor cuts, slip screens, all that stuff, right? That works.
They've been doing it well in this first half, for sure. Here's Mackey, draws a double team, pass tipped away, loose on the baseline, ends up with Anderson. Goes under the rim, back to Matarazzo at a foot on a bounce.
Where are you? Sometimes I'm wondering where we're going. Easy, you had an easy layup on that play, could have got a foul, and wow. Anderson just I think he got lost underneath the basket, didn't know where he was. He had an easy 2-footer.
Bulldogs within 3. Hoping to close out the first half on a high note. Braga, pull up mid-range, Jay, up and in.
That's a good-looking shot. Where'd he come from? The junior, right off the bench. Haven't seen much of him. That's a good-looking shot.
Shows you the depth Bedford has.
They do.
They're within 1. BG looking to pad the lead. They go inside to Mackey, swarmed. Nearly lost it, does recover. Anderson fires a 3 and knocks it down.
Fades into the Bedford bench and still puts it in.
Lost his footing as well, didn't matter. 5 for Anderson. Meanwhile, Braga is going to draw a foul here against Bishop Guertin on the floor.
That's a good-looking move. Where'd he come from? I like this. Good-looking player.
Yeah, he's head to the free throw line now that Bishop Guertin is over the limit with 17 fouls. Only 1 in this first half against Bedford. A little lopsided with the whistles. Braga hoping to take advantage here at the free throw line. He scored his first bucket a moment ago, and it's his first trip to the stripe tonight.
Bedford doesn't typically foul very much. They play good defense. They stay in front like you're supposed to. Occasionally they foul, but I think we've seen a couple, just maybe a couple fouls. Not many, but a couple. But it is rather one-sided right now.
Braga in and out. Nichols the rebound. Cardinals maybe thinking about the last shot here with 20 seconds.
I get excited about the last shot. You got to take the last shot if you can. Go at 10 and attack.
Bedford's in a zone here.
They are a rare 2-3 zone for Bedford for the last shot. Force them to shoot a jumper. There you go at 10. You attack.
Down to 7. Backdoor. Anderson has a cutter. Matarazzo
missed it.
Just over the shoulder and off target. Rebound to Kazajanski, and that will do it.
Yikes. He went left hand on the right side. Nicky had an easy layup at the end.
Had to try to rush it there to beat the buzzer.
He got tricky.
Couldn't quite pull it off. But a good first half for sure for Bishop Guertin. They've got a 3-point lead on the road, hoping to break up Bedford's 10-game win streak and improve to 12-4, and they've done it really with some consistency on both ends of the floor as they force turnovers, and they've been able to move without the basketball well through the game's first 16 minutes.
that's when they've been good. When they dribble and attack and try and force shots, they're not good. When they move the ball around and cut backdoor, back pick for each other, slip screens, they're good. And Bedford, they do the exact same kind of style of play. They're good as well when they do the same thing, backdoor cuts, and they don't force the issue. When BG doesn't have the big man in, though, I can see Bedford wanting to attack the basket a little bit more.
Well, we'll see what kind of halftime adjustments these two very experienced and very good head coaches make. Coach Moreno for Bedford and Coach Fisher for Bishop Guertin. Coming up in just a moment, we will take a look back at that first half with stats and highlights. Another busy Friday night, out-of-town scoreboard to get to as well. All that and more in just a moment. BG, a 33-30 lead over Bedford at halftime. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Buy local and save big. For over 26 years, Spectrum Monthly has been providing great local offers from businesses in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, delivered to your mailbox every month. Spectrum is chock full of savings from your favorite businesses. From local restaurants and retail stores to entertainment, fitness, and home improvement services. You'll have easy access to thousands of dollars in savings, including exclusive offers for Spectrum readers. Every month, enter our readership contest for a chance at winning cash and local gift certificates. Spectrum Monthly, no one brings you better offers.
Halftime here in Bedford. Bishop Guertin leading the Bulldogs 33-30 in our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. Bulldogs playing for the first time in a week after beating Pinkerton on this floor last Friday night to capture their 10th straight win. In some trouble after trailing most of that first half, within earshot here, just a 3-point game, but nonetheless, the Cardinals, Justin, have proven that they came to play tonight. 2 players in double figures in that first half for BG. Matt Sanasuazo and Bobby Canaway III, both with 10.
Right, and I think it's weird. We're looking at stats because you're really good at this. I'm not, but just a free throw stat situation. It is 10-1 Bedford. 10-1 Bedford.
And yet they trail.
Yeah, they're down 3 points. So what are they doing wrong? Well, they're not getting enough easy shots. Soden has not been shooting well. If he shoots well in the second half, which I hope and suspect that he will, then I think the game will turn and change the other way. It does help that BG has some size with Ellison inside to change a lot of shots we've seen at the basket. And Bedford is good when they attack the basket. This is why they shoot so many free throws.
Right.
I'm a little surprised that BG hasn't shot more free throws right now. And like you said at halftime, I think that will change hopefully in the second half and even it out.
It was quite the discrepancy, 7-1.
That's pretty big.
And the free throw totals, as you mentioned, 10 for 12 collectively for Bedford, just 1 of 2 for Bishop Guertin, yet the Cardinals with the 33-30 lead. We mentioned the individual numbers, Sanasuazo and Canaway for Bishop Guertin with 10 apiece. Luke Anderson chipped in with 5. Spencer Matarazzo with 4. A bucket off the bench for Hudson Nichols. And Javari Ellison, 2 points, but 4 rebounds.
Right.
He's the game's high man on the glass. Meanwhile, Bedford, a balanced attack led by the senior Aiden O'Connell, who, by the way, eclipsed the 1,000-point milestone earlier in the first quarter. Came in just 5 points shy of that mark, and already is 15 points to his credit, including 6 of 7 at the free throw line. But O'Connell just 1 of 6, 7 different Bulldogs to score in that first half. And of course, Bedford, as we noted, playing shorthanded tonight without Brady O'Connell out with a sprained knee. So
they're feeling that.
Yeah.
I think that's an issue. I think that's part of their problem is they don't have a true floor general right now. And it's going to take them probably to the end of the season, unless he comes back. It's going to take them a while to figure out who's going to handle the ball, who's going to lead them and make things go the way it's gone for the last 10 games in a row they've won. So, I don't know. It'll be interesting the second half. Let's see if anybody takes charge with the ball and it changes a little bit. Right? So who's gonna step up right now and say, I got this. I got the ball. I'm going to help you guys figure out what we need to do.
Starters back on the floor both ways. The teams switch ends. Bedford will work left to right here in this second half. Packed house here with fans of both schools on their feet to begin this third quarter, and Bedford commits their 10th turnover, but they get it right back. Bedoyan with the steal. Sophomore looking to push. Mackey knocked it loose. Tries to track it down in the corner, but the official, Antoine Thomas, right on top of it, says nope, Bedford basketball.
Back-to-back turnovers right away, too. Wow.
Good effort by Mackey there, almost able to salvage it in the corner.
Another one, almost another one.
Yep. Here's O'Connell, 15 points, the game's high scorer, but he can't quite get that shot off. Ellison may have gotten a piece.
He did. He blocked that. That was size. That's a little bit of the size we talked about early.
Sanasuazo wide open. Ellison, another offensive rebound. Anderson pull up from the elbow for 2.
Confidence. Nobody was there. Defensively, Bedford got a little lost. They didn't find their man in that spot. Soden early trying to get going. Oh, he's got to be able to hit that.
Quite get the touch. Sanasuazo, another monster rebound. Up the floor for Anderson. Going to pull it out. 5-point lead, but a travel here. Mackey shuffles the feet on the catch.
Multiple travels. That's about our 6th travel in this game so far.
Yeah, I'd say most of the turnovers have been of the walking variety. That's 9 turnovers now for Bishop Guertin, 10 on the other side for Bedford. Bulldogs with the ball down 5 with a minute gone by in this third quarter.
We haven't had close to this many travels this year in any games. And you know they do it. Everybody does it. So why is it different tonight? Why?
I think the 3 officials has
exactly. That's
something
exactly
to do with that.
Right, Nick.
Yep.
Exactly.
And, of course, that's all a preview of what's to come in the postseason. The tournament is going to have 3 officials on the floor. So these 2 teams hoping to make a deep run, as we know. Going to have to get used to that. They got a 5-point lead. The Cardinals do, and the basketball. An offensive foul. They're going to get Santa Suazo with the hook.
Definite hook.
A little curl there with that offhand. It's got Coach Fisher upset. That's
and
the
we'll
second
see that.
foul against the senior.
There it is in replay. The Wizard got that on replay. It was a very clear hook.
Yeah, Brown right in his shorts. Meanwhile, Coach Moreno upset about something here. Going to go to the scorer's table and bring on a sub. Kazajanski on for Bedoyan.
Not sure what
BG going to press here a little bit. We didn't see this in the first half. Cardinals going to extend the floor defensively.
It's like a man press.
And now back off.
I was hoping we'd see that. I was hoping we'd see them press just a little bit and see how Bedford handled the press without a point guard. I'd press them if they don't have a point guard.
Meanwhile, Anderson looking to force the steal. Brown recovers. Got his teammate open in the corner, and Toscano sees a shot go in and out. Aiden O'Connell, offensive rebound.
There he is, on the glass. There he is.
His 3rd rebound, and points 16 and 17 for the former Goffstown Grizzly. Midcourt, a reach-in foul is going to be called against Bedford. That's the first of this second half and just their second of the basketball game. It's the first against Soden.
Maybe a little makeup call from the 7-1. I don't know. It didn't look like much. Did you see much? I didn't see much there. I'm telling you right now, you're right. They thought about it.
Yeah.
They went in 7-1. But you can't change the way you're calling the game just because you didn't see fouls. You can't just call fouls.
Anderson goes down the lane for 2.
Right.
Anderson's starting to be a little more aggressive here. 5 points in that first half, 4 already in this third quarter. It's just 2.5 minutes old.
I'm glad to see Canaway back in. He was really good in the first half. I think, what do you have, 10 points in the first half?
Yep, off the bench. Meanwhile, a steal by Anderson, trying to get it up the floor, never quite had it. Soden the steal. Toscano for O'Connell for 2.
Sloppy play, sloppy turnover.
O'Connell with 19. Bedford within 3. 3 minutes in, third quarter. Santa Suazo too strong out of the corner. Another rebound for Aiden O'Connell. Looking to go up the floor himself. Has Soden, had a block from behind by Ellison. Kazajanski for the trailer. Toscano's on target.
They needed that, tie it up. They needed that, and they're going to press. Bedford, coach wants to press, but they just weren't ready.
Three-pointer Anderson looks for the answer, and this one hit the wire above the basket. It's rolled out of bounds, and it's back over to Bedford.
Ooh, timeout. They need that timeout. All of a sudden, Bedford's got a little momentum, right? Made a nice little run, tied the game up.
37 all as we get our first timeout of this second half. Our broadcast tonight brought to you by Beals Insurance. Locations in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance. Get you the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Visit BealsInsurance.com. Also by MG Sports Fundraising. That's fundraising made easy. MG Sports Fundraising, the official fundraising partner of Friday Night Lights New Hampshire. Visit MGSportsFundraising.com. By New Hampshire iPhone Repair. It's done while you wait, and it's backed by their lifetime warranty. Now with 6 locations in southern New Hampshire and on the seacoast. Visit NHiPhoneRepair.com. By the New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NHTomahawks.com and also girls.NHTomahawks.com. And finally by Spectrum Monthly. Powerful local advertising solutions. Find out more at SpectrumMonthly.com. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance. Bedford trying to stay atop the Division I standings along with Nashua North and Pinkerton. They're going to get a timeout out of the break they're going to get a bucket out of the timeout.
Right, you call timeout. That was a great play, right? Yeah. Right, wide open to the basket.
Drawn up. Brown with the steal. Soden with the layup.
Pressure. Right now, Bedford applying pressure in the full court.
BG able to handle that press well in the first half, but right now back-to-back turnovers. Up the floor. O'Connell left hand.
Got away with a travel. Got away with a travel. They said he bobbled it. He bobbled it like that. That's a travel.
43-37. Bedford playing well here with the defense, producing now 12 BG giveaways. 5 of those in this third quarter. Bedford a 6-point lead. They trailed by as many as 6 late in the first half. Matarazzo off the curl is fouled. Going to shoot 2 here.
Not much there either. The replay be interesting. Does he move? Because we've been talking a lot about guys moving, right, on screens and hands up and all that. He goes to the basket and didn't see much contact.
Coach Moreno not happy. Second team foul against Bedford, second against Caden Brown as we get another look. First free throw coming up here for Matarazzo. A little movement there.
Yeah, a little body foul, maybe a little push, lean in on him.
Yep. Matarazzo, free throw, no good. One more coming.
And Bedford looks like they're going to press again. Right now they're going to try and up the pressure because PG's not handling the pressure very well at all.
And point guard Luke Anderson on the sideline for the moment along with Ellison. Free throw good for Matarazzo.
So I'm
1 for 2 trip.
I'm interested to see if they do it again. If they press next time on a made basket, will they press again? I think so.
Bedford's lead cut to 5. Bulldogs give it away. 2-on-2. Hudson Nichols just came back on, is fouled. As the junior enters the front court, he's going to draw the third team foul.
Interesting
against
foul.
the Bulldogs.
Interesting foul there, right? Almost like he had a layup coming. He probably wasn't going to get a layup, but he did stop the break. I didn't know if they were going to score. So, interesting foul.
Here's the Bedford football coach, by the way, taking in the game in the top row. It's, of course, Coach Zach Matthews, fresh off a Division I football championship for Bedford. Nichols down the lane, left-hand banker won't go. Soden a skying rebound, sends it up the floor. Kazajanski off balance, can't hit the layup, can't away the rebound.
Another great pass though, backdoor cut, great pass. They just can't finish tonight. They really can't finish.
There's been a lid on the basket at times for Bishop Guertin. They're still within 5 here as we hit the 3-minute mark, remaining third quarter. Matarazzo off the dribble, hangs, scores, and the foul. A brilliant move by the senior as he's got the old school three-point play opportunity and a chance to bring his team within 2.
And a rare basket by him. He does a lot of other things, plays good defense, rebounds, a good passer, but he doesn't put many balls in the basket. So if they get scoring out of him, though, they need more guys to contribute right now, I think.
Well, right now he's got 8 points after that free throw.
Yeah, they need him to step up in the second half and really contribute more. They need Ellison to score baskets. They just need more guys that can put the ball in.
Meanwhile, Soden lost his footing, does recover the basketball, and avoids the travel. Bedford by 2, inside of 3 minutes, third quarter. Scowling Frank Moreno up and down the Bedford sideline. And we got a jump ball. It's Matarazzo forcing the tie-up on O'Connell. And the possession arrow belongs to the Cardinals.
That was a good call. He forced it. Forced the drive to the basket. That was a very good defensive play. Good call.
Here's the press. 2-2-1 again from Bedford. That's the zone look we saw most of the first half. Anderson is back on the floor. They try to get in the basketball. We get a kick here.
And in the first half, when BG put a man in the middle of the court, they broke the press every time. Right now, where's that man in the middle? What happened to their press break is gone.
No.
I'm confused. They ran it exactly right in the beginning, and now gone.
Bedford going to back off here. Brown almost came up with a steal. Anderson, three-pointer from straight away, won't go, and a rebound for Aiden O'Connell, his 5th for Bedford. Up the floor, Soden, count it, and the foul.
Dumb foul, not smart, right? If you're going to foul him, don't let him make the basket.
Yeah.
Don't let him make the basket.
Soden, so tough to stop. Was contained in that first half with 4. Been able to double that point total here, up to 8 in this third quarter, and one more coming. Meanwhile, Ellison going to check in. Nichols going to check out after a good stint on the floor for Coach Fisher.
Soden needs to find his rhythm in the second half. I think if he does, Bedford can pull away.
Free throw is good. 3 for 3 tonight at the line, 9 points. Bedford by 5. The press is broken this time as Ellison is going to slow it down on the far side. Bulldogs retreat to a half-court man. Down to 2 minutes, third quarter. Cardinals held a 2-point lead at the half and led by as many as 6 in that second quarter.
The press was broken because they did put a man in the middle. They did what they're supposed to do, and they broke the press. It actually looked really good. They did a good job with it.
Patient possession here following as well. Ellison steps through the defense but can't get the layup. Rebound number 6 for O'Connell.
It's a big miss for them. Big miss for Ellison. He has to make those.
Another good look that just won't go down here.
You're right.
For BG. Meanwhile, Soden, count it, and the foul. That is A slippery move by the junior, able to hang and score off the glass, and now he's starting to get into a bit of a rhythm.
He needs rhythm. Sometimes, with scores, right, you got to see the ball go in. I think I said that in the first half. I don't want to repeat myself too much, but you have to see the ball go in a few times. Like on that one, tough. Another strong play. You see him and O'Connell, strong plays, right? Go to the basket, but you make free throws, you see the ball go in, all of a sudden, guess what? You start to feel it.
Yep.
Get that rhythm going. You make the free throws. Look at that. Boom. Rhythm.
He's the second Bulldog in double figures now with 12 after back-to-back three-point plays. 49-41, largest lead either way. And it comes with 1:20 remaining in this third quarter. BG needs a bucket. They go to Santa Suazo, and he's fouled on the way up. A little bit of contact there in the lane on the scoop attempt. Will send the right-handed senior back to the stripe.
Bit of a bailout. As a coach, you don't want your players to bail out kind of a bad shot. That was a tough shot. I'm not too sure he's making that shot.
Well, I think he was looking for contact. And if so, mission accomplished. He gets to the line for the first time tonight. But can't capitalize at the line. One more on the way, but first subs both ways. Lowney, who played briefly in that first half for BG, will replace Anderson. Lafferty off the floor for Bedford as Bedoyan comes back on. So the starting five in white on the floor for Bedford. Second free throw in and out for Santa Suazo. The sophomore Bedoyan, his fourth rebound.
The free throw discrepancy, though, is starting to show itself a little bit. I think Bedford, again, making free throws, extending their they can extend their lead just by making more free throws, right? They
we
go
saw
to the basket.
Boom. A week ago against Pinkerton.
Absolutely, right? The free throw, they destroyed them from the free throw line last week.
Coming up in the final minute, third quarter. It's been a big one for the home teams. Toscano, off balance three, rebound. Santa Suazo is sixth. Mackey in a crowd underneath for Canaway, gets it over the shoulder.
He's been really good off the bench. I'm very impressed. He didn't play that badly the other night against Trinity, but he's really played well tonight.
12 points now. 10 of those came in the first half. 40 seconds, another layup here for Aiden O'Connell.
No help defense at all. Zero help defense.
8 points in the quarter for the senior and 23 in the game. He's got another rebound. He's looking to power out. He's got a 3-on-2. He goes to the hole. He's stripped by Mackey.
Ooh.
And it's last touch by the defender.
That went off the kneecaps. If we get the replay on that, we're going to see that went off of O'Connell's knee, I think.
BG may have caught a break there. Bedford may have caught a break. I think you're right.
Yeah, right off the knee.
That was certainly the case that Mackey was trying to plead. Instead, it's Soden. Three-pointer in the corner. Won't go. And a gang rebound here from Mackey and BG. Outlet pass tipped out of bounds. It'll belong to the Cardinals with 19 seconds remaining. Possibly the final shot coming up here for Coach Fisher. What do you think?
Well, they did it last time, right? They didn't make it, but they took the last shot. So you still need to embrace that mentality. And again, they're in a 2-3 zone at the end of the quarter.
Yep.
So you're going to make them try and shoot a jump shot, right? Or
they'll
turn it over.
Yeah.
And they should get a layup.
Soden at the rim. Can't get it. Ellison the rebound. And that will do it for this third quarter. Bedford, after trailing by 2 at the midway point, rally to take the largest lead of the game either way. It's an 8-point gap as we head to the fourth quarter.
That's
Can
a rare.
Bedford hang on? Or will BG come back and end the Bulldog win streak? We begin to find out next. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week, presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Start of the fourth quarter here in Bedford. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. It's our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance. Bishop Guertin and Bedford, two of Division I's better teams. Bulldogs, 10 straight wins, a 14-1 record coming into tonight. They trailed most of the first half, reclaimed the lead in that third quarter, and they're going to extend the lead here at the beginning of the fourth. Great unselfish play, one pass, two pass, layup. Beautiful, beautiful play. 6 points now for Caden Brown. Bishop Guertin, meanwhile, hoping to avoid their second straight loss. They had their own 6-game win streak snap back on Tuesday. And if they could somehow erase this 10-point lead, would improve to 12-4 and be in the hunt for a top 4 seed in the upcoming Division I tournament. Canaway, tough shot in the low post. Matarazzo ends up with it, and Anderson's got a bucket. Canaway stayed with it. That was a good play by him yet again. And uniquely, though, and strangely, Soden's missed a couple shots, too. Not for him, relatively easy baskets. You know, a little bit of pressure. So he missed the one at the end of the quarter and just missed that layup there a minute ago. He's got Matarazzo on him here in the half-court man, and he's done a pretty admirable job, all things considered. No, he has. He's contained him. Looks like he's face guarding him here on the weak side. Meanwhile, Bedford, a patient trip here. They've got an 8-point lead with a minute and a half gone by fourth quarter. The junior Kazajanski sees that one go off the iron twice. Soden trying to keep it alive. Ends up with Matarazzo, a BG. Sanasuazo knifes to the rim and gets it off the glass for 2. Good no call. That's a good no call. And the face guard situation, too. You're giving up, though. Look, right there. You're giving up help defense. Yeah. So there's no help defense. If you get beat, there's no one there. That's the risk-reward part of the face guarding situation. Bedford able to take advantage. Bedoyan, who has played well in the spot start tonight with 4 points. Meanwhile, a foul here on the floor is going to go against the defense. With just over now 2 minutes gone by in this fourth quarter. It's going to go against the Bulldogs, their 5th team foul of this second half. We haven't said that. And the second on Aiden O'Connell. You're right. Justin. We haven't said this that much, but right now Bedford looks a little tired. Guys are on their knees. They're holding down. They're doing little kneasels right now. We call those the kneasels. A little tired. He hasn't subbed much this second half at all. It's been a little shorter of a rotation than we usually see from perhaps Coach Moreno. But, again, first game in a week for Bedford as well. Meanwhile, Ellison gets rid of it. Yeah, but I'm seeing a little bit of fatigue. Hopefully that doesn't bite him. He might want to call timeout, rotate some guys in. He has 4 timeouts left, so he can use those now strategically to rest his players if he doesn't want to sub. Meanwhile, a foul here. Bedoyan giving up a lot of size, almost a full foot, trying to guard the 6'7" Ellison. Called for the reach, his first. His second. Oh. And you're right, it's going to put Bedford over the team foul limit with 7. So a 1-and-1 coming here for Ellison. Subs again for Coach Fisher. Matarazzo off the floor. Hudson Nichols back on. Bedford will sit Bedoyan and bring back Dylan Lafferty. Well, if I've been kind of harping on the fact that we don't have a shot clock. Right there, BG dribbled all over the place. Nothing happened. There was nothing of value in that offensive situation down there on that side, and the shot clock would have run out. They probably went 10 seconds after the shot clock would have run out, and they got bailed out with a little foul. Meanwhile, a steal on the other end. And then it's poked loose by the defender. It'll stay with Bishop Guertin. Yeah, we know the shot clock issue. That's, for better or worse, not going to factor in this season, as we know, in the NHIAA. Meanwhile, it needs a foul here on the baseline. It's against Bedford. It's on Caden Brown, who's not happy about the call. The senior just picked up his 3rd and is going to send Sanasuazo right back to the free throw line for a 1-and-1 here. Okay. With about 3 minutes gone by in this fourth quarter. A good chance here for the Cardinals to make it a 2-possession game. Here's a case where perhaps the officials are now calling it too much the other way to make up for the first half. It's 8-3. Off the rebounds, 2-on-1, and Soden's got an easy layup. That's what we need to see. He needs to finish those. He finishes those. And you know what? BG's in trouble. BG has to score consistently on these possessions like that. Good cut. Great pass. Yeah, excellent. On the back door, leads to an Anderson layup. He's had a strong second half, 8 of his 13 since the break. Nearing the midway point, fourth quarter. Cardinals trying to hang around And Bedford going to draw a foul here as O'Connell hit on his way to the rim. Foul on the floor. That's the 4th team foul against Bishop Guertin.
Look how much better they are, BG, though, when they pass the ball like that instead of just dribbling. Over-dribbling, the guys cut, pass, boom, wide open layup. Nobody there, and it was a wide open layup. And Bedford does the same thing pretty well. BG hasn't done much of that in the second half at all, though, and they're behind.
Yeah.
So they're down 8. They have to do more of that if they're going to come back and think they have a chance to win the game.
Timeout on the floor as we near the midway point, 4th quarter. Bedford, after trailing most of the first half, took the lead in the 3rd quarter and have not let their foot up off the gas pedal, at least so far. They've got an 8-point lead here as we go down the stretch, the final 4:36. Coming up after the game, of course, a full recap with stats, highlights, and analysis, and an out-of-town scoreboard on a busy Friday night as well. We remind all of our new viewers, if you haven't done so already, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel. Friday Night Lights New Hampshire on YouTube at FNLNH Media. And you'll be in the know the rest of the way as we head down the stretch here for the regular season. Tournament, of course, coming up over the next few weeks as well. The home for all of that is Friday Night Lights New Hampshire, broadcasting a lot of those games once again in conjunction this year with the NFHS network. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. 3 cameras in full operation tonight as well. John Barron, Kat Doyle, and Matt Beals back in action on the baseline. So glad to have you with us. And it's been an entertaining game here.
It has.
Cardinals
it really
have
has.
Come to play, hoping to avoid their 2nd straight loss and pull off a quote-unquote upset here on the road. Rebound goes to Anderson, his 4th. BG gets the miss they were hoping for. They're within 8. Anderson into a crowded paint. Got a fade to his right and score.
Right now, Bedford kind of a little shying away from committing any fouls because they're, a couple more and they're in the double bonus. All of a sudden, it's just completely opposite of the first half.
Yeah. We saw 7 fouls against Bishop Guertin before halftime, only 1 against Bedford. Right now, the count is 8-4. Here's a little bit of a zone trap, it looks like, from Coach Fisher. Wraparound pass for O'Donnell, but the banker left it short. Matarazzo, his 5th rebound for the Cardinals. So a couple of makeable shots that won't go down for Bedford leads the door open for Bishop Guertin. They're within 6, a 2-possession game.
O'Connell was a little frustrated. He was wide open early, and there's another wide open layup, right? No help. Again, are we afraid to foul, right? They got to step up. You still have to make sure, put them at the free throw line. They're not shooting free throws well. Bedford doesn't want to let this one slip away. At a 4-point lead, they're hanging on right now.
Yeah.
Right? Don't hang on. Play to win, don't hang on. Don't play to not lose.
Right now, the Cardinals in the midst of a bit of a run here, 8-2 over the last couple of minutes. We're down to 3 minutes, or just about, remaining here in the 4th quarter.
They're not moving enough. Look at them. We're not moving. A little fatigue, like I said.
Going to call for a screen and roll here. Soden trying to shake off Matarazzo. Hands to Brown, who spins into the lane. The leader is up and good.
Good shot. Good shot.
Tough teardrop there for the senior. He's got 6 of his 8 since halftime. The lead is 6.
Good contribution.
Inside of 3 minutes now. Mackey looks to attack. Whips it down low. It's tipped by somebody out of bounds. It's turned over.
That's uncatchable. Uncatchable pass. Those are finger breakers.
A little too much heat.
Yep, a little too much.
And velocity there.
Like I'm thinking right now, if I'm a player, he's shooting that. That looked like a shot. I'm trying to rebound that. Ball's going right out the fingertips when you're not even looking.
Trying to find Matarazzo on the back door. It's given away to Bedford here. 2.5 to go. Still a 2-possession game. 6-point difference here.
Here comes the half-court trap we saw the other night, though. You don't want to reach like...
Mackey almost came up with it. We had a whistle.
Timeout. Bedford, I believe. Timeout. Yes, timeout just before the turnover.
Yep, you're all over it. Coach Moreno says, gather it up. The officials blew the whistle, but nobody made a signal.
No, we didn't see much.
A moment later. So it is Bedford ball. A timeout is on the floor with the clock stopped just inside of 2.5 minutes remaining in this 4th quarter.
BG's complaining. They didn't think there was a call. There was a timeout call. Coach came out, signaled the timeout.
Yep.
I think they blew the whistle just a little too slowly. They were calling the timeout, so I know what they were doing. I don't think they didn't have a turnover.
A timely timeout there by Coach Moreno. You can see him just over the shoulder of his players there in the middle of that huddle. Coach Moreno, of course, spent a lot of time on this bench before being the head coach. He was 8 years an assistant here under Mark Elmendorf. Left to take a head coaching job elsewhere for a couple of years. Comes back.
Bow High School.
Yep. After having success in a short time with the Falcons. And again, had Bedford in the quarterfinals last year, and they've got at least that on their mind as a goal for the postseason this year. Came in tonight with a three-way tie atop the Division I standings with North and Pinkerton, who also only have one loss on the season.
Although we were giving the nod to Bedford because they beat Pinkerton heads up, right? That's what we gave them the one seed.
But North has beaten Bedford.
Oh, that's right. So North is essentially the one seed at this point, right?
A little bit of a round robin at the top. Meanwhile, we got a jump ball, right? Or two different calls.
The
officials are not
and
happy.
The jump ball. Let's take a look at the replay. What we have. We have actually a travel, but
the official's going to talk it over. The crowd is not happy. Antoine Thomas had one call. Rick Wilheim had another. The two get together, and they're going to say Bedford basketball.
We're going to go with I think we got another timeout call maybe before anything happened. They didn't call.
That's a timeout, Bedford.
Yeah, they didn't call anything. They called the timeout before again a turnover. So what we saw there, the action there was kind of became nothing because the timeout called again.
Yep.
I can see where BG's a little upset.
Yeah, Coach Fisher wasn't pleased. See the longtime head man there rolling his eyes a bit. All right, BG still in the fight here, down 6, but the clock's starting to become a factor. Just over 2 minutes remaining. And Bedford with the basketball.
Right. What do we talked about? We talked about, right, with other teams. Taking your time now. Bedford can move the ball around and just try and get a layup. Good shots, move the ball around, pass the ball. Helps when you have your point guard, so I'm going to go back to that just a little bit. But if you attack this half-court trap, similarly how you would attack a press, you look toward the sidelines, ball to the middle, and then hit the sidelines or the corners in this case, because they're going to try and trap the wings up top, outside, or way up top. So you have got to have guys flash to the middle, wide open, then you end up with a layup on cutters in the backside.
We'll see how Bedford takes care of the ball here.
Back
trying to protect this 6-point lead.
Back to a man, it looks like.
Yep.
Right, back to a man. Okay, let's see what they do here in the end.
Bedoyan into the front court. Going to hand to Brown. Bedford looking to use as much of this clock as possible.
Yeah, just run your offense. Run your offense. Don't force anything. Take your time. Win the game.
What do you do if you're the Cardinals here?
You're going to start fouling.
Yeah.
Right? I'm fouling relatively early.
Travel.
I'm going to call the foul before. I saw the travel as well.
Yeah, a little bit of a hitch there in the step of O'Connell, but he was bumped, and the foul is going to go against the Cardinals.
See, you have to foul now and get him to 7. Otherwise, you're going to have to quickly. So you got a boom, boom. You got 2 to give, right?
Yep.
Or 1 to give. So you've got to foul and get him there quickly, right?
That's the 5th team foul.
See, if you wait too long, what's going to happen? They don't foul now. They're going to run out of time. They won't have that. They'll have a foul. Too many fouls to give.
Here comes the trap.
Right now. Foul right now. Right now.
Soden trying to dribble his way through 2 defenders and does eventually draw the whistle here with 1:27 remaining.
Now.
And again, no, they're up against the limit now. Yes, with 6. So one more foul. We'll see the 1-and-1 for Bedford.
Foul whoever has not been on the line that frequently is not a good free throw shooter. You should know. Because right now, Soden, I wouldn't foul Soden.
The problem is all 5 can pretty much knock it down.
They can. But you got to foul now.
You're going to try and trap again, and Soden eventually draws the reach in here with 1:16 remaining, and now the 1-and-1 is on the way with a 6-point lead still up on the board for the Bulldogs. Soden, big second half, contained prior to halftime with just 4 points, but the junior in double figures now with 10 in the second half. He's got 14.
I anticipate him shooting a lot of free throws here going until the end of the game, so get close to his average. He didn't play as well as we've seen him, but he didn't have his running mate, one of the guys that gets him the ball frequently, right? So,
and you got to credit Matarazzo for doing a pretty good job on him defensively.
Absolutely. They've done a fantastic job on him.
But good scorers find ways to get their numbers.
They do.
He's got 16.
But you have to adjust.
He's perfect at the line, 6 of 6, including 4 of 4
in his own
in the second half. So we got an 8-point game here, coming up on 1 minute remaining in this fourth quarter. Bulldogs are in a 2-3.
And right now, you don't want to foul. Don't foul, right? Don't.
There it is. And a big collision here between Toscano and Sanasuazo.
See, right now, Bedford, I think you're in a zone, so you don't foul, right? You stay in the zone, you put your hands up. BG's not shooting the ball very well. just put your hands up and don't foul, right?
Bit of a loose ball there on the pass, was tipped, and I think that brought the Dogs. Toscano tried to come up with that loose ball, but got more arm than basketball. Third foul against the senior. Meanwhile, free throw up and in. Santa Suazo with 13 tonight.
Is that his first made free throw?
Yep.
He missed his first two, right? Early in the game?
Trying to go 2 for 2 here and does. That's more his style. And an immediate timeout comes from the BG sideline with exactly 1 minute remaining in a 6-point game, 61-55 Bedford.
So 2 left. 2 timeouts left for BG and 1 timeout left for Bedford. Bedford had 4 and had to call those 2 back-to-back on those little, kind of that crazy play that BG was upset about because there didn't seem to be a possession. But again, if I'm Bedford, what I'm trying to slow down on offense, make them foul me, right? Make sure you have all shooters on the floor, free throw shooters. And then on defense, you're just putting your hands up and you're not fouling. You're letting the ball bounce, take its time. You know, if they have to call timeout, that's fine, but you're just trying to waste as much time as you can.
Yep.
So if they happen to score, you take your time taking the ball out and get it in. Pretty soon they're going to run it out of timeouts, and then the game will be, well, refrigerator time is coming up.
A festive atmosphere tonight, as usual, here in Bedford. Both schools well represented, standing student sections. Of course, pink, the color of the night for breast cancer awareness. And again, a very good, competitive 31 minutes of regulation basketball to this point. Bedford, after trailing most of the first half, has led most of the second half. They've got the ball here, up by 6, facing a press. Soden into the front court via the dribble. The junior pumps the brakes, and now it's keep away time for the Bulldogs with 50 seconds remaining.
Who are you going to foul? You got to foul quick. There it is.
Got to foul somebody, and they do as they get Soden here. Matarazzo gives the foul, commits team foul number 8 with 45 seconds remaining. That's the 4th personal foul against Matarazzo.
Well, we haven't seen Toscano shoot free throws, right? We haven't seen Bedoyan shoot free throws very much.
Soden, we have seen.
And Brown.
And we've seen him go 7 for 7. Soden continuing.
He's going to make free throws, right? So don't foul him. You foul anybody else right now but him. Anybody. I'm fouling O'Connell before I foul him. I'm fouling anybody but him.
Now, those two are both lights out, as we've seen tonight. Soden is perfect, by the way. 8 for 8. The lead is 8. 40 seconds to go. Cardinals starting to run out of time. Anderson behind the back, splits 2 defenders, but can't get the layup.
Good
follow-up is up and in for Santa Suazo.
Good follow. There's your foul. There's your foul right there. Yep, that's a foul. But you have to. And another good free throw shooter. But I'm not fouling Soden. You can't foul the number 1 scorer in Division I. You can't foul him and put him at the line.
Well, I'm not sure how selective BG can be here.
Right? That's true. You just don't want to let him catch it, though, Nick. You can't, right? So what am I going to do on defense? I'm not going to let him catch it.
Yeah.
I'm fouling anybody else if I can.
Well, this kid's just as good as we know.
He is. You're right. He is.
Only 1 miss tonight. He's been near perfect.
Yep.
He eclipsed, of course, the 1,000-point mark for his career between Goffstown and Bedford. That was celebrated in between the first and second quarters. 15 in the first half. 9 more unofficially in the second half. Make it 10 as he goes 2 for 2 there. Bedford trying to put this one to rest with 25 seconds. 3-pointer for Anderson. 2 deep for the senior. Offensive rebound for Nichols. Another long 2. This time is good for Anderson.
Okay. Well,
and an immediate timeout is called from the sideline as Coach Fisher looks to extend the ball game. 17 seconds remaining. Technically a 2-possession difference at 65-59, 6-point game.
Well, eggs are cooling. Butter's getting hard, as I said before. Things are happening in the refrigerator. Won't close the door yet because 17 seconds. I think Bedford's going to continue to make free throws. They're not going to miss free throws. They're not. It's going to be next foul is double bonus. So they're shooting 2 shots. BG just didn't shoot the ball well enough tonight to win the game.
Had a couple of good looks. It seemed like they were halfway down and kind of rattled out. One of those kind of nights for Bishop Guertin. Bedford, after trailing 33-30 at halftime, exploded in that third quarter. They got their star Luke Soden back on track. Aiden O'Connell has been consistent tonight. And again, Bedford looking for their 11th straight win, despite the fact they're playing short-handed tonight without their starting point guard, sophomore Brady O'Connell. BG staring their second straight loss in the face, in danger of slipping to 11-5, but still in good position standing-wise.
Definitely
with
probably
a week
get
to
a home.
go.
Probably get a home game, right?
Yeah.
Still get a home game. But then O'Connell had them in the first half. O'Connell had Bedford close. In the second half, Soden has kind of put the game away with making free throws and making timely baskets, right?
And he's going to have a chance to add to the total here as he's fouled deep in the backcourt. That's team foul number 10, so the double bonus on the way. Automatic 2 from here on out over the final 15.7 seconds. Coming up after the game, full recap, stats, highlights, and a check-in around the state as well. Some other games coming down to the wire. We'll get the full scoreboard coming your way. All that coming up after the game. Free throw good for Soden, who remains perfect.
Well, and they've played pretty much 7 guys. They had one other whom we hadn't seen. Braga got in the game for about a minute and a half, 2 minutes.
He played well.
Yeah, he did. But they've played 7 players. They look a little tired, and it's just going to take them today. This proves that they can kind of get away without having a point guard. Throw it down, big man.
Soden trying to stuff it. It goes in and out. Toscano trying to keep it alive, and a jump ball called with 1.3 seconds remaining.
He makes that when they have more players they're playing and he's not so tired. He makes that.
Possession arrow to the Cardinals. They'll give it one final toss in here. But this one pretty much in stone. Bedford, a big second half.
Doors
They're going to keep their win streak alive. 11 straight. The Bulldogs now at 15-1. The Cardinals, a good effort on the road tonight, but they come up short in the end and slip to 11-5. Right back to the doghouse in just a moment. Bedford a winner. Post-game next, 67-59 the final. You are watching our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.
Our broadcast today, as it always is brought to you by Beals Insurance Agency, with locations now in both Bedford and Londonderry. Whether you need home, auto, or business insurance, Beals Insurance will get you both the price and quality coverage that's right for you. Just call 603-471-9999 or visit BealsInsurance.com to request a free quote and start saving money today. Again, that's BealsInsurance.com.
Hey, I'm Chad, the owner of New Hampshire iPhone Repair. We're New Hampshire's most trusted and affordable repair shop for your iPhone, iPad, iPod, and even Android needs. Don't worry, we're affordable, reliable, and we back our parts with a lifetime warranty. And you know what the best part is? No, what? We can repair your phone while you wait.
I know, that's why I'm here.
Oh, I know, Mrs. Green. Here's your iPad, good as new. Bring your phone into New Hampshire iPhone Repair today.
The New Hampshire Tomahawks promote the highest level of club lacrosse competition, not just in the state, but in the country. Looking to get recruited? Director Chris Cameron keeps an open dialogue with the nation's top college lacrosse coaches. Over 400 New Hampshire Tomahawks alumni have played at the college level, including the ACC, Big East, Big Ten, Ivy, NESCAC, NE10, and more. New Hampshire Tomahawks coaching staff has over 100 coaches, including current high school, varsity, and college coaches. The Tomahawks offer training for players of all ages, clinics, camps, and leagues, along with spring, summer, and fall elite teams. So play with the best. The New Hampshire Tomahawks, showcase and development for college lacrosse. Visit NewHampshireTomahawks.com and girls.nhtomahawks.com. How can you reach your team's fundraising goals at no risk and no cost? MG Sports offers a variety of products to make your team's fundraiser a success. Their products include tickets and discount cards to hundreds of local businesses. MG Sports now has a digital platform where athletes can raise funds in the comfort and safety of their own home. So become another athletic program like Bedford, Goffstown, or Memorial that sets fundraising records every season. MG Sports, fundraising made easy. Visit mgsportsfundraising.com to start raising money for your team today.
Buy local and save big. For over 26 years, Spectrum Monthly has been providing great local offers from businesses in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, delivered to your mailbox every month. Spectrum is chock full of savings from your favorite businesses. From local restaurants and retail stores to entertainment, fitness, and home improvement services. You'll have easy access to thousands of dollars in savings, including exclusive offers for Spectrum readers. Every month, enter our readership contest for a chance at winning cash and local gift certificates. Spectrum Monthly, no one brings you better offers.
Well, a big second half for Bedford fuels a come-from-behind victory for the Bulldogs. It's their 11th straight as they win 67-59 over Bishop Guertin to improve to 15-1 with 1 week remaining in the regular season. Nick Anastas, Justin Gorham with you. An entertaining game. Cardinals, after falling to Trinity on Tuesday, came ready to play. Held a 2-point lead at halftime, led by as many as 6 back in that second quarter. 2 players playing well for BG in that first half, as both Bobby Canaway III and Matt Sanasuazo were each in double figures at the midway point with 10 each. Bedford kept afloat in that first half by Aiden O'Connell. The senior eclipsed the 1,000-point milestone for his career back in the first quarter. Ended up with 15 points at halftime, yet Bedford still trailed 33-30. The big swing came in that third quarter. Junior Luke Soden got back on track for the Bulldogs. He was held to just 4 points in the first half, ends up with 20 after a second half.
It's a hard 20.
That included 16 points, most of that damage coming at the free throw line where he was a perfect 10 for 10 tonight. So some of the final numbers, again, all of these unofficial. Aiden O'Connell, the high scorer with 25 points. We mentioned 15 in the first half, 10 more in the second. Soden ended up with 20. And then kind of a balanced approach after that. Caden Brown, a good two-way game again tonight. The senior guard with 8 points, a couple of steals defensively. On the other side for Bishop Guertin, Sanasuazo is once again the team's high scorer with 16 points. Canaway behind him with a dozen. And I misspoke because Luke Anderson was the high scorer. He had 19 points.
Yeah, okay, 19 for him, but Canaway played well.
Canaway played well, but Anderson, the high man, 19 is what he finished with, 14 of those coming after halftime. So this Bedford train just keeps rolling along. 15-1 now, 11 straight, with a chance to go 17-1 before it's all said and done.
Absolutely, and they're fun to watch, and I think they need a little more adjustment period, though, without your point guard. And I think they're going to get better. So that game, you know, BG is good. They're not in the top 2 or 3, but they're good. And after some minor adjustments they're going to need, maybe another week or so, the playoffs, they'll be ready. Maybe they'll get Brady O'Connell back, maybe not. But they'll have plenty of time to adjust. And tonight, Aiden O'Connell kept in the game the first half. In the second half, Soden started making some shots, getting to the basket, and free throws. And again, the disparity in free throws made is vastly different between the two.
Starting to become really a weapon and an advantage consistently for Bedford.
It is.
As we saw that a week ago against Pinkerton.
If you can make them, you can win games, right? At the end and stay ahead. But they're winning games because they're making more free throws than everybody else, too.
Bulldogs will close out the regular season schedule next week with a game at Albert on Tuesday, and they'll host Salem on Friday. Cardinals, tough week. They're at Exeter Tuesday, and then Windham at home to round out the regular season. Some other scores
Tough
tonight.
Last two.
Yeah. From around the league, some of the lower scores coming in. Campbell, a halftime lead over Hopkinton, 32-26. And Guilford leading Conant by 15, 26-11. That is late in the first quarter. That is the quarterfinals in Division III, which are already underway.
Wow. Forgot about that. They do start early, right?
They
Way
do, 3
early.
and 4. So, Justin, your final thoughts on what we saw here tonight is 67-59 victory for Bedford.
I saw a Bedford team that is just really good. Well coached. The kids play hard. They do the things that you're supposed to do in order to win. That is, make free throws. Usually they don't have too many turnovers. Tonight they had a few more. But, again, no point guard. You expect that. They will have less. They will have less as they go forward and they get better. They play hard. They attack the basket hard. And they have 2 players that are as good a scorers as anyone else in the division, total, including the big fellow over at Pinkerton, who they raved about and played here, and we saw him, good player. Those 2 are the 2 best scorers I think we've seen, other than Mike over at Trinity. You know, good scores, guys that can put the ball in the basket and give you a chance to win. BG has just a lot of work to do in terms of making easy shots, running their offense a little bit better, don't force things. And we saw them play, against Trinity too. They didn't come out with a lot of fire at Trinity. Tonight they came out with a lot of fire and started out really well, and then sort of at the end of the game just couldn't find ways to score.
No.
Right?
Bedford ends up with an 8-point victory and again improved to 15-1. On Tuesday, we will be in Sauhegan. That's the town next door to the West for a big D2 battle between Manchester West and defending Division II champion Sauhegan. A lot of seeding still up in the air in the Division II tournament, and that game will help go a long way towards determining some of that. So we'll be on the air 6:30 on Tuesday for Manchester West at Sauhegan.
That'll be fun.
Want to thank Corey Parker, our friend here, the athletic director, doing a great job as usual, especially with another packed house to deal with, ceremony, the whole nine. Found time to keep us entertained. We appreciate Corey and his staff. Of course, our sponsors, Beals Insurance, MG Sports Fundraising, New Hampshire iPhone Repair, the New Hampshire Tomahawks, and Spectrum Monthly. We appreciate the ongoing support. Our videography team that includes John Barrett,
They are great.
Pat Doyle, and Matt Beals back in the fold tonight. Another bang-up job as usual. Of course, the whole thing is put together by the man behind the curtain, the Wizard of Replay, our director, Ben Beals, back in the Beals Insurance Studios. Of course, the whole thing overseen by the unseen hand, executive producer Steve Beals, down in the Sunshine State.
And you know, there is no team better than the team we got here. There is no team better than this team.
We've certainly got a championship contender, for sure. Want to thank you, the viewer, as well. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so already. And remember, we'll be back on the air Tuesday from Amherst to kick off the final regular season week of the season. All right. For Justin Gorham, I'm Nick Anastas saying so long. Final score, final time. Bedford 67, Bishop Guertin 59. This has been a presentation of our Friday Night Lights New Hampshire Game of the Week presented by Beals Insurance.